Welcome to Crawl or No Crawl. This is Carolyn Holzman. Today is July 4th. Day number 6. Well, actually, I think it's more. I'll have to calculate the days. Anyway, we're over 600 days into the Indexation research project. And I guess 9,212 days out from the Happy Treason Day for the United States. Okay, so there's a lot to cover. I'm currently writing up a definitive guide to the InspectionTool crawlers, including the run-up from May 17th to July 1st, when the switch was turned off for Universal Analytics, and we're now officially all GA4. There's too many details to cover in this verbally, so suffice it to say, I will post a link to where it's going to be published, and I should have that complete this week. Now, for the indexation, for starters, today's test was published and literally within 4 hours has been served by both its keywords. Now, there's still content previously published to today that is crawled and shows as index in Search Console, but hasn't made it over the served threshold yet. Looking at the most recent group, if you take today's experience out of it, the average length of time to publish and get served increased from 48 hours to over 5 days. So circling back to what was happening in the tail end of June, starting on the 23rd, there were some major players in the news space that were reporting things like Google News indexing issue. And also this one, we're out of Google News since June 23rd. So what was interesting is all of this is lining up very nicely with the data that I've been getting from the server logs. And also looking over here, around this time, they had introduced 2 mobile bots pretty quickly from each other, and they were running multiple Chrome builds in the inspection tool. So I suspect that something did shift during that time. And anyway, I guess, and I'm going to put these links in here so you can, from the support, so you can read for yourselves. So, but I'm sure you're wondering, like, Carolyn, why are you making such an issue out of this? They're news sites. So I also want to bring your attention to the Crawl or No Crawl report on June 24th. And I reported that I thought I was seeing evidence that if your page was not on the same topic, I should say if your new page was not on the same topic as most of your existing served content, it appeared to impact whether or not your new content, despite its optimization and your specific request to index, that Google was showing signs of not indexing it because it was off topic. And then previous to that, there was a report on June 14th where I specifically mentioned that I wondered if what we were seeing in the volatility aspect of things and the reluctance to index content that might be off topic, that if we were seeing an exaggerated application of the news indexation filter. Now, the news category in the weather tools is always high. You can see it in SEMrush, you can see it in a lot of other things. So much like, when scientists see moons circling around something they can't see, they surmise that the odds of a planet being the source of the gravitational pull for that to happen, even if they can't see it. And I'm increasingly seeing what I have to think is connecting the dots between what the helpful content is, and it's not what we think, in terms of its relevancy to discoverable content already indexed on Google. So, now with the news sites, there's some very large ones that are complaining about the lack of visibility of their new content, and thus the drops in the traffic rates, because what would have brought this traffic into their site on any particular day was a relevant news story. And news stories have a shelf life. So if you aren't seen for that day, that makes sense. There would be a huge traffic drop. So all I got to say is, Google, you got some splaining to do. All right. Talk soon. Bye.